I'm sure that if you think back to your high school or middle school years, you can remember a girl who everyone liked to, well, get in, but didn't necessarily want to carry around all the time. Here at Nightmare Playgrounds, we feel the same way about our coffins. What exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about loose pin hinges. I did not want to build a coffin that I had to cart around all the time in its full constructed glory. I wanted something that I could take apart and that I could store and that wasn't going to weigh 500 pounds for me to heft around. Now, this is a pretty basic coffin. It's not a lot of adornment. There's not a lot of decor. I don't even know if there's handles on it. I think there's a handle on the inside lid. So I didn't really spend a lot of time in decorating it, which I could if I wanted to. This is the foot, what would be the foot of the coffin, and you can see that I've laid out all the pieces around the sides of the base as they would go together. The hinges line up with each other, and they were put on tightly fitted as the sides were up. It makes it a lot easier to find out where they go if it's together when you do it. Now, I had some help with this. I had a couple people helping me. And that's the lid. See the handle on it? That's so an actor can get in and out. Now, if you notice, it's not a true toe pincher coffin because I wanted the base a little bit wider so that an actor could move around inside of it. I have actors with really big feet, and I have actors with teeny tiny feet. I'm going to build for big-footed actors because the small-footed actor can fit in there. And if you notice here, I'm pointing out the hinge and the hinges on the base and how they go together. It's really important that you understand that these sides do not fold. They are placed on top of the base, and then these loose pin hinges secure them there. I didn't want there to be any flex or any movement in this coffin because I wanted it to be sturdy. I wanted it to look like a real coffin. And these are the hinge pins as they're all gathered in the little Ziploc bag. Now, this is the coffin fully assembled. You can see how the 1x4s butt right up against each other. There is no room for flex or bend in this, and the way that I have the hinges set up and the sides all supporting each other with the hinges locking them all together, it creates a very solid, sturdy coffin that withstood a decent amount of abuse on Halloween night. Now, I really want to caution you on a couple things with these pens. Try not to put them in a way that it is impossible or difficult for you to get them out. As you can see, this pin has the head down. That's so that I can use a nail and tap downwards to get the pin out. When you assemble the coffin, try to figure out a way that you can do it in a organized manner so that you can get all the sides apart, because if you lock it all in together, it's going to be very difficult to get apart. I also want to show you how the actual angles and the boards are cut. I did miter cuts on these. I figured out what angle I needed. I got one of those little angle devices that they sell at the hardware stores. They have a little pin in them and it flexes open and you can get your angle measurements. What I did is I got these angles set up so that they would support each other also. So you have the hinges and the angles all supporting. That's the black cloth we used on the interior of the coffin for a while. I did not enjoy it because we had to staple it in there, and I hate removing staples, and more importantly, I hate getting cut by staples as I disassemble something. So I've decided that I'm going to paint the inside of this black, and you'll see that in a little bit. I can also later build panels with upholstery on them and just put them inside so it looks like that they're attached to the sides of the coffin. Notice the base of this. I actually have two boards on the front and one board on the back. I did this on purpose because I wanted to lean backwards when it was standing upright. This was so that the weight of it would keep it back and make it more safe. I also anchor it to whatever surface it's leaning against so that it doesn't have a chance of falling and hurting one of my actors or a guest. Now here it is painted. I wanted you to see this because you'll notice it's not a perfect paint job, but that's fine because it's going to be in darkness. I was actually prepping this for my daughter's haunted house that she had at her school. We helped them out by setting up an entire couple rooms for haunted houses for the kids to enjoy. This is the front of the coffin. This is the lid. I wanted to show you it. Really cheap decorations I got from Big Lots or someplace like that. Glued them on. I could have done more to make it look a little bit more impressive. Could have burnt the wood grain with a propane torch and made it look more aged and stained it, but simple brown was what I needed and was easiest for the time I had. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was instructional, and hopefully you got a laugh out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can get a hold of me on nightmareplaygrounds.com at the contact info, or you can also get a hold of me on the Facebook page for Nightmare Playgrounds. Hope you have a great day, and happy haunting.
Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. They'll follow you into the dark, no blinding light or tunnels to gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, and illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark.